Hi, Irv Arndt with CFS Agronomy. Wanted to give you an agronomy update. It's September 3rd. Beautiful day. Had a lot of sunshine here lately. We did get some very beneficial rain across most of the trade territory, which is really going to help those soybeans fill out and should really help us out and on those top pods and getting some more bushels. So what I want to discuss today is high yielding soybeans. I've been doing a lot of looking at soybeans, a lot of the things we're doing and seeing what's making a difference. So the first thing on high yielding soybeans I look at is making sure you got the pH adjusted. You want to have the proper pH for uptake of nutrients. So a 6.5 to 7 is kind of where we want to be at. We've done a lot of work with lime in a lot of the trade territory, and it really helps with soybeans all the way around. Fertility is another big deal. For a long time, we were fertilizing just the soybean stubble, going to corn, fertilizing for 2 years in a lot of cases while we were pulling off some pretty darn good corn crops. So the beans, I think, would get shorted sometimes on fertility. We went to spreading a lot of every year ahead of every crop, and it's made a big difference in yield. When we start looking at soybeans and planting, I look at a good quality seed treatment to help those beans emerge so you don't have a lot of diseases, take the stress off them, get them going. A big thing that we're really into is variable rate population on the soybeans. I've been finding great results, especially in the areas where we have a lot of white mold, things like that. We're dropping those populations down a lot of times to 110, 120,000. Another issue we address with variable rate soybeans is higher pHs. We'll kick those populations actually up higher there, or sometimes on the higher clay content soils where we need to drive some height, we'll raise the populations there. So that's been a big deal. I'm looking at a lot of trials now with a variable rate population, really happy with it. The beans appear to be really healthy. We fight a lot of white mold, and I don't see a whole lot this year anywhere, which is always good. And I think the variable rate population has helped by getting more air moving through those soybeans, keeping those beans healthy. I also think we didn't have a great incidence of white mold this year, which is really good. Every year when we do get white mold, our yield gets knocked to hell. So that's a big deal. We got to also look at a solid herbicide program, a pre and a post, all the way around, multiple modes of action. I'm really seeing a lot of pretty darn good weed control. We had higher rates of pre's. It made a big difference, and that post application needs to be timely. Need to get out there fairly early to get that done. And this year was a challenge with the wind, like we said previously. Another thing is the new class of fungicides on soybeans are really showing up nice. There's a couple of them, and we can talk about that in a later video. But continually, we look at that class of fungicides versus no fungicide or the older fungicides. The beans definitely look better. Our pod counts are definitely higher. We have more beans per pod. Seeing a lot of 4s this year in a lot of the beans, and that's a good sign for good yields. One of the things I'm really struggling with this year, and I know everybody is weed control. We want to get a variety that we can use technology on to control the weeds. I do want to challenge you on make sure you're picking the right variety for the field. You can find a soybean that gets the right herbicide package you want, but we don't want to sacrifice yield. So talk to any one of us at CFS Agronomy here. We can help you with that. We do a lot of it. It's all we do every day. And I look forward to fall coming up here, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.